Hi, my name's John. I'm an adult child.
Hi, John.
April 1st, I had 30 years. What I'm going to share with you today is an accumulation of that experience. When I first got into the 12 steps, somebody said, or I read, this is a cunning and baffling disease. And I asked somebody, what's cunning and baffling? And their response was, keep coming back, it works. So I got that they didn't know. So somewhere in the back of my mind, I wanted to figure it out for me, for my children and their children. And what I'm going to present today is how I've unraveled that for myself, and then give it to you, because I also heard that whatever you want to keep, give it away. So I want to acknowledge that I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling a lot less nervous today than I did the first time I did this several years ago. And in the acknowledgement of it, it loses its power. So what I want to do at the beginning is show you a clip, a movie. It's a short clip about the work I've been doing or have done in the institutions. I worked either in Folsom Prison in California or Sacramento County Jail from 1995 to 2015. And a lot of the material that I have here, I developed while working with my clients on the inside. So this is an experiential workshop, and you have the right to say no. There's no obligation. There's nothing for you to do. I will ask people to participate. Those that want to can. Those that want to hear, and no matter what your choice is, it's the right choice. So I want to start with the movie, if I can get to it. I need help. Is that tech guy around? I need to put this off.
Escape right there.
Oh, good.
Where's the movie over here?
Just and hit this one right here.
Okay. Do you have enough already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just we can go back there.
Click on that. Can everybody see that all right?
mean, I got a drug problem, you know what I mean? I'm not proud of it. I just trying to learn new ways of going about my life without it, you know what I mean? So this is where I need to be.
I've been in and out of the system since I was 22 years old, and next month I'll be 45.
I got arrested back in 2005. I was getting arrested for for possession, and then finally I got arrested for felony possession for sale.
I started manufacturing methamphetamines, I would say at the age of 26, and by the age of 30 I was going to prison, and I was in and out of prison until my early 40s.
The difference between a person's behavior and a person's essence is that we as a society see that what we do is the value we bring to the community, when my truth is, and my experience is, who I am is the value I bring to my community. Through my unique experience, I bring a gift that nobody else can bring. And if I'm not there, you're at a loss. And what I get from that is if you're not here, and I don't care if you, who I'm talking to, is somebody's been to jail 12 times in the last 10 years, if they're not in my community, I'm missing something. I want that. Whatever it is you have to offer, stop the crap. Let's get to who you are. Be that authentic person, and we'll come to my house and barbecue. What I want you to know about me as a drug and alcohol counselor, I'm not against drugs and alcohol. I'm not here to tell you don't drink and use. You want to drink and use? Your life, you can do what you want with it. If you're looking to maintain abstinence or quit, I have some information about how that works.
I was kind of fed up with what was going on with my life.
I was in a situation where I didn't see any way out.
I was lost for a long time. I've been lost for many years.
I had no idea what I really wanted. I really didn't even know who I was, much less what I wanted.
As a facilitator for men's accountability, I'm not against violence. I'm not here to tell you don't be violent. You want to be violent to get what you need, how you need, when you need. Again, your life, you're going to do what you want. You're going to do what you want anyway. If you're looking to learn a new style of communication, which violence is a style of communication, again, I believe I have some information about how that works. The belief system that I grew up in was men don't cry. They come up, they don't ask stupid questions. We're told don't feel, don't cry, don't be a sissy. We're demeaned and ridiculed for any sign of emotional attachment. And then we get into a relationship with a woman and the first question they ask is, how do you feel? It's like, what do you want? The role that women are assigned, weak, emotional, they don't do math well, and if they do, they're special, and they are subservient. And these rules are reinforced through humiliation and ridicule, and we use it on ourselves. My father was an alcoholic. He was also diagnosed schizophrenic, paranoid, which I didn't know until after he died, and he died when I was 21. He was violent towards my mother. I drank and worked. I was a functional alcoholic. I knew that if I got drunk at work, they wouldn't give me the money to buy the booze afterwards. So when I was with my first wife and my two kids, I absolutely recreated my family of origin. Fear of the male figure. When I came home, everybody like, oh, what is he going to do? And I was emotionally and verbally abusive. And I also made a decision, I'm not going to be like my dad. I'm going to be different than him. I'm not going to treat people like he treated people. And in the process of not being like my father, I woke up one day getting it that I was just exactly like him. Divorced, living in a friend's home in his spare bedroom, separated from my first wife and my 2 children. And then the thought crossed my mind. She didn't do anything to you didn't ask her to do. John, you have love mixed up with rejection. And I'm telling you, my whole life made sense.
Actually, we had a really good family dynamic until I was in the 6th grade and my mom and dad got a divorce. As far as all the kids go, I think it hit me the most. I guess you could say I rebelled, against my parents and against against everything, really. I dropped out of school. I started drinking beer, taking drugs, any kind of drug.
My whole life was about partying. My mom, my dad were drug addicts and alcoholics. All they ever did was party and have a good time. And that's the only time that we were ever, that our household was happy, is when they were on drugs and partying. My first class was early in the morning with this crazy looking guy with a flute. Oh God, I thought, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. What's this guy with a flute gonna teach me?
I was like, huh? What? What'd he say? I don't know. I don't understand what he was talking about.
It was definitely nothing that I was used to hearing. Quite hilarious, actually. It's like, okay.
His class was the only class that we didn't have curriculum and I didn't have to do nothing. So I thought, all right, I could just sit here, because he said, you don't have to say nothing. You don't even have to participate. And I thought, all right. And so I like John. The way John works is he kind of engages you in conversation, and then he gets you to feel something, and then he kind of makes his move. And I was hip to that. And I watched him do that with other people all the time. And I told myself, he's not getting me.
We did a couple exercises, the love equals exercise. When we're done, he says that these 1 or 2 words is going to explain everything about your life. He says everything's going to make sense. And I was skeptical. And he says, you have love confused with, he said probably half a dozen words. And when he got to partying and good time, it struck me. And it made perfect sense. It made sense of why I come to jail, why I choose the women that I choose, the choices that I make.
What love equaled for me was the love that I was looking for was conditional, based on my performance. That's a never-ending process, because for me, I could never, ever achieve enough or great enough a thing to warrant the love that I was looking for.
He goes, you were good at selling drugs. Would you be willing to consider that love for you equals acceptance? He goes, when you're out there in the streets and you're doing what you do and you're out there running amok and you're slinging your dope, you're providing a commodity and you find acceptance. People cherish you, they look forward to seeing you, and they're happy when you show up and they can't wait till you come back. Floored me.
It went back to like abandonment, like towards my dad. I never knew my real dad.
Part of what I teach, again, it's my experience is what I bring to the classroom. So people tell me, I don't want to be like my dad. Well, that's too bad you're going to be. In fact, you probably check right now, you already are. And if you're like your dad or you're not like your dad, neither one of those are you. So who are you? What do you want?
And I didn't know what I want. You know what I mean?
I didn't stop hurting other people until I felt what it felt like to be hurt.
He said, well, Joel, what do you really want? Instantly, I said, I want a house, a car, a Harley Davidson, a boat. And he goes, well, you can't have that. And this made me angry. You know, why are you asking me something if you're going to tell me I can't have it? I rose my hand and I said, well, John, all I ever wanted was to love and be loved. And he goes, well, you can have that.
Part of the process to find out what's really going on is not to avoid your pain. If I don't heal the hurt, I transmit it.
Over the years of being raised, that my feelings are something I've had to stuff, and because men don't cry, men don't complain, don't be a sissy, don't be, and I automatically want to jump into my hitman role, which tells me, hey, you need to defend your personality, your attitude, but I don't have to do that. It's okay to feel my feelings now. And John has taught me that through those feelings, that's where my information comes from, and I need to sit in those feelings.
Everybody talks about law of attraction, talk positive. Until you get this out of the way, I'm going to say it as nicely as I can, that shit don't work.
Through what John's taught me, I can either help the next guy out, or most importantly, get myself out of that state of mind where I'm depressed or feel down and out or angry where I want to, commit an act of violence.
All violence comes from my inability to feel and express my emotions. Because if I can tell you I'm hurt, I don't have to hit you. Part of what I teach in the jails is a new language. Because we have the language of what I call disempowerment. I disempower myself, I disempower you, I disempower the society, and we change it to a language of empowerment. I am a gentle, loving, empowering whole man.
I want to be able to be a father to my kids.
Men are vital to nurturing a child. Children need male energy, male emotional, loving energy, just as much as they need female energy. And that's what gives them balance and wholeness. I want to create a world where when everybody sees a man, they feel safe.
Everything's new to me now, like to love myself, and it's more to life than just drugs. You know what I mean?
This is the first time that I've been exposed to somebody telling me the truth about myself.
I learned I'm a valuable human being. I got an arm and a leg just like everybody else, and I'm gonna make the best of what I can while I'm here.
I am going to be a successful drug and alcohol counselor. I'm going to spread the word and spread as much of this information I have as quickly as I can to as many people as I can.
I finally found myself, who myself is, and thank you for everything. You're welcome. Thank you. You gave them a new direction. You gave us all a new direction.
For us to get in touch with our feelings in a place like this is just crazy. It's crazy, But he makes all that possible through his process.
John gave me a freedom that I can't even describe. And I can tell you this, with all honesty in my heart, if I was to come back here right now, I'd still be free.
John Donovan's class has brought me back home.
I am a confident, forgiving, whole woman.
To me, love equals freedom.
To me, love equals freedom.
Offer you information. It's not about right, it's not about good, bad, good person, bad person. It's not a moral issue, dysfunction, and all the avoidant behaviors that come from that. You hear that?
Yeah, your microphone's on.
Everybody back here? So it's not a moral issue in the 12-step I'm losing the word community. We talk about and I as a drug and alcohol counselor have gone over the debate whether this is a moral issue or it's a disease issue. And I believe as we're arguing about what it is, it goes on. What I've discovered is, as an adult child, the things that were told to me as a child, I embodied. I'm not enough. Something wrong with you. How come you always mess up? Why don't you be like your brother? And I simply acted that out. That information, and we'll talk about it in the PowerPoint, simply gets into my motivation place inside me, and no matter what I think, that's the behavior. It's like, I have 3 questions I ask people. Have you ever hurt somebody you loved, regretted it, and then did it again, usually in the same way. Have you ever been in an argument with somebody, and in the middle of the argument, you got that you were on the wrong side of the argument, and you continued to argue anyway? Have you ever been in a situation where you knew you were about to do something you would regret, and a small voice in your head said, "Stop, what are you doing?" and that you found that you couldn't or wouldn't? Okay, that's what we're going to unravel. That to me was a mystery. It is no longer a mystery. I want to get through this information as quickly as I can so we have time at the end. We don't have a lot of time to do question and answers. Think about what you want. And what you want that you've never had, it's like everybody else seems to have this quality or thing they can do or be, or what you want that you had that you couldn't sustain and maintain. You lost it somehow. And failing those two things, what are you looking for from this workshop? Something you don't have. Something that's separate from you. Something you're looking for. Okay. I need help with this again. Can somebody, I just want to scroll it. It's not scrolling. So everybody got what that might be? What you want? Can somebody share what that might be? Yes.
Self-image would be number 1, and number 2 would be trust, and number 3 would be how to get those 2 things.
So what were the first two?
Strong self-image.
Trust.
Trust.
Okay. All right. That's something. Okay. Something you're looking for. Somebody else? Yeah.
I felt like I never had love and joy, and I felt like I had lost my innocence, preciousness, and spontaneity.
Okay.
And I want from here peace and serenity as I leave.
Okay. Peace and serenity. Cool. Yeah.
How do I honor my feelings?
I'm looking for something that you're aware of that you don't have. So how would you put that?
I would say that I have a mechanism of denial.
So if you lose the mechanism of denial, what would you have?
I have a recognition of feelings, hopefully.
Okay, so you're looking to recognize your feelings.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we're looking for something you don't have because we're going to talk about the barriers.
I would like to consistently feel like I'm worthy.
So worthy, self-worthy. Got one hand back here.
I'd like to have an identity that doesn't change all the time.
So how would you put that? Knowing self? Self-knowing, authentic?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a hand here.
To be heard.
So if you were heard, what would you have? What would that quality be?
To be important or worthy.
Value? Value, worthy. Okay.
I want to feel safe.
Safe.
Useful.
Useful. If you were useful, what quality would you have? Can I offer you some? Know that you have that you're capable. Know that you have an influence over what happens to you. Know that you're needed.
Know that I'm needed. That's what useful means.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I did a tough one again. I was never welcomed into the world, so yeah, it's a tough one. Some kind of work.
Can I offer you a sense of belonging?
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Right here. And then there's one back.
I would like that I never had unconditional peace and love.
Okay. something that you would embody, and I know I'm being a nitpicker here, and it's important when we get to the process. So are you saying peace and love internal, so embodied? Because when I hear you say unconditional, that's from somebody else. Probably can't have it.
Yeah, I want to feel it inside of me.
Got it. Okay, we'll just go right on back.
Oh,
If you could just keep it to one word, then we'll take 5 more.
geez, I don't know how to keep it to one word. Being
Okay.
able to take a natural talent and to have it valued in this world. Because
Creativity,
it wasn't as a child.
creativity.
Yeah, and to be able to earn like an income from it, not just to, disavow it.
How about purpose?
That's probably, I sort of know the purpose, I just don't know how to make it happen.
We're going to talk about the how, and get a picture of what you want, and then we'll go from there. 5 more.
Okay.
There was one here.
Loving acceptance of self.
Okay. Say it again, please. Empathy. Inner peace.
Right relation.
Okay. Yes, one more.
Authority figures?
What is that?
All those things treating extremely poorly and have issues with authority figures.
So if you didn't have any issues with authority figures, you would have self-confidence? Okay, so we're looking for something you don't have. These are the barriers. I'm going to go through those. The belief system. Belief system is how you put things together, the thing you filter. Everybody in this room has a unique belief system based on your experience. Nobody else has it. So that belief system is like you are in a situation, you see things, filter it through your experience, and that you come to a conclusion. Belief system. Another way to say that would be a value system, what you value. That's the first thing standing in your way of you having whatever it is you say you want. The second thing are your attitudes. And usually when you hear somebody say, oh, you have an attitude, we're going to talk about your good attitude, bad attitude. I'm not talking about that. Based on your belief system, your attitude is things you lean towards or things you lean away from. Attitude. Like on an airplane, lean left, go left. The third thing are your habits. Physical habits, of course, but also thinking patterns, sometimes obsessive thinking patterns, or the critical thinking patterns, critical parent. Habits is the third thing standing in your way. The last thing is any expectation that you have of yourself or the people around you. Expectations sound like, I should have, how come I, what's wrong with me, I should have known better. Expectation of others is, how come they, why don't they, why do they treat me this way? Expectations. So those are the 4 things standing in your way. Hope I can, So what I'm telling you right now in this moment, if you're looking for something you don't have, everything you think right now coming out of your belief system is a barrier. Everything you say coming out of your belief system, your attitudes, is the barrier. And everything you do is a barrier. Then, of course, any expectations that you have of yourself or others. And I'm going to add to that. I'm also going to say, hope I got it up there in the right sequence. Anything you choose not to think is a barrier because it's coming right out of the same belief system. So if you're like, oh, I'm thinking this, no, I'm going to change that up, I'm going to think this way. As you're doing this process, what you want is away from you. I'm also going to say everything you choose not to say is a barrier. It's like, oh, I'm going to talk this way, I'm going to quit cussing, I'm going to talk this way. As you're doing that process, you still don't have what it is you're looking for. And of course, everything you choose not to do And then any expectation that you have of yourself or others. Have I left anything out? Pretty inclusive.
So basically what my understanding is whatever your decisions is wrong, yes? Because if you decide this is wrong, if you not decide is wrong too. So I'm kind of confused.
Well, okay. She just said that based on everything I think, say, and do, choose not think, not say, not do, and any expectation I have of myself or others, that means I'm wrong no matter what I do. Well, we're going to wait for a minute here.
Okay.
Based on what you hear me say, how do you feel?
Confused.
Confused. Where do you feel that in your body? In your
In my shoulder, neck and shoulder.
neck and shoulders. So take a deep breath and notice you named it confused. It's in your body. Anybody else? Feeling
Hopeless
hopeless. Where do you feel that in your body?
in my whole
Torso.
chest area, my whole
Okay.
upper.
So just take a deep breath. I'm feeling hopeless, and notice where it is in your body. You feel. If you could articulate that good into excited, passionate, peaceful. Where do you feel that in your body? Right here, in your solar plex.
Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic. Where do you feel that in your body?
In my chest.
In your chest. So just take a deep breath. Notice, say the word enthusiastic. Notice where it is in your body. Yes.
Does it work backwards? I feel my stomach is going around, but I can't tell you the feeling.
Okay. I want to offer that that's the feeling. So just notice it and be with it based on what you heard, everything you think, say, and do, choose not to think, not say, not to do, and any expectation that you have of self or others is a barrier to what you want, which is something you don't have. And then you had that feeling in your gut. One more.
Liberated.
Liberated. Where do you feel that in your body?
Kind of stomach, torso area.
So take a deep breath. Say the word. Notice the sensation. So now that you've done that, everything I told you about what you think, say, and do, choose not think, not say, not to do is no longer true. Now I don't know if everything you think, say, and do, choose not to think, not to say, not to do is a barrier because you have shifted everything in your total experience. I'm going to offer I got some, which is fortunate. Because if I didn't get any, I wouldn't be here. I'd be one of the men that I worked with for 20 years, locked up for the rest of my life. Part of what makes ACA work so well, and Alice Miller talks about this in her book, Drama of the Gifted Child, and that's not an easy read, so just to let you know. That when we have an enlightened witness, we heal. That's just somebody listening to what we're saying, not judging it or blaming it. That's what makes the rooms work so well. First 8 months I went to adult children, I didn't say a word. I couldn't talk. My body wouldn't let me. I wanted to raise my hand and my hand wouldn't go up. And I would it wouldn't go up. That was me taking care of myself with misinformation about who I was. Wasn't wrong, wasn't stupid, wasn't shy. I was called painfully shy. I was not painfully shy. I was massively traumatized. So what we're going to do, this is what worked so well in the institutions was this is not about judgment. You were fine. As you came into this space, you hold value as a human being. We are told, and I want to say not just in our dysfunctional families, most families, and that's labeling, but we're told that if we do good, we are good. That's a lie. We hold value that's beyond measure as we are. We're told if we do wrong, we are wrong or bad. And that this determines our value. That's a lie. So we're chasing this, critical parent, when this is the truth, always and forever. I felt that in the room. I didn't recognize it. I didn't like, whoa, I'm coming back. But I didn't have the words to describe this. Nobody judged me. Nobody told me, some of them did. I was a scary looking individual. But that's based on what I was told. So, so the way to what you want is through your emotional body. I don't know any other way. I wish I had another way. If I told everybody in this room that what you wanted was at the end of a 10-mile obstacle course full of concertina wires, cesspools, and shit you got to climb over, under, around, and through, you had 5 hours to finish it, and you get to you would figure out how to do that. And I'm telling you, at the finish line, whatever it is you're looking for ain't there. Because you already have it. You've been lied to. You've taken that lie, embodied it, done the best you can to manifest the best you know how. Any decision I've ever made has been the best decision I've made with the information I've had. I hurt a lot of people. I hurt myself, and I've hurt a lot of people. Any decision I've ever made was the best decision I could make with the information I had. I'm simply putting in new information. How we experience. That used to say survival signals. But I've gone from surviving to thriving. Here's how we take in information. This is what's been taken away from us. We're told what we feel is wrong. Why are you angry? How come you feel that way? You shouldn't feel that way. I work hard all day. How come you're not happy? Or obedient. Is our heart signals, which is simply how we take in information. Emotions are not gendered. They're human being, planet Earth, carbon-based life form, bioelectrical, biomagnetic, chemically electro. I forget how to do that. Carbon-based life forms, emotional beings. Then we're gendered. I feel my emotions in a male experience. Those emotions and the awareness of self and what's happening to me in my environment is vital to my children. They need that nurturing from me as well as they need it from their mother. The feelings, and sometimes this gets confusing because the feeling and the emotion are like the same. The feelings is your body's way of telling you, yes, that just happened. Yes, you are cold, or yes, you are warm. Yes, there's something in the room that's out of sync. Yes, your body will tell you that. We're told, don't listen to your body. One of the promises is you will learn to have fun. Fun is in your body. Then we have thoughts. The thoughts fed through my emotional body and my feeling body give me information about my safety and what I want next. Right now, I'd like somebody to turn the heat down.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. We've lost confidence in that. We've lost connection to that. We've got a whole institutions trying to figure out what emotions are, to describe them, tell us what they are, why women, and I want to offer you are emotions. Through your experience, your unique, valuable experience, you have an emotional body that informs you about your safety and the safety of the people around you. About the feeling of I'm capable, I'm needed by those people who I love, and I have an influence over what happens to me. Okay, now for the purpose of this thing, if we're going to ask questions, would somebody please come up to the mic or pass the mic around? I'm cool with that. So would you like? Okay. And if you do have questions, please ask them. Here's what I know. I'm gonna get in. Those are the 3 questions I asked. Let me. Okay. So there's an iceberg concept, and if you do have questions, please come up. And I know if I were asked to do that early in my recovery, I wouldn't do it. So we can take that off and pass it around if you'd like. And the questions are vital because the questions, I was going to get into this later, but the questions open up that part of your information source that allows in new information. Based on what I was told, I'm a worthless piece of shit, and wherever I go I cause trouble and things go wrong. Somebody said to me, John, you're a pretty nice guy. Thank you for sharing. You must be talking about somebody else. It was non-essential information based on the belief I had. So your questions open up that focus point, it's called a reticular activating system, that allows in new information. The question holds the capacity for you to receive new information. Mm-hmm. So if you have a question, please ask it, and if you need to, we can take that mic and pass it around. So, you have a question?
Sure.
The difference between feelings and emotions, isn't emotions basically your belief system?
No, emotions are information coming to you. You filter them through your unique belief system. They're just simply information. My emotional body tells me that somebody just shifted the air conditioning.
Right.
That I get that from my physical body and my emotional body, because I'm sweating and I get real, it's like. So all kinds of things are going on. My fear. Walk into a space, feel some fear that everything looks cool. That's your emotion. It's like our intuitive sense.
That's not my feeling. When I walk into a place and I'm feeling fear.
Right.
That's feeling.
Yes. And it's also an emotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
We agreed.
Yeah.
Can I just add something? My understanding.
Hold on. Yeah. Hold on.
So in this iceberg concept, where does my intuition, is that in the 7/8 it's below, and then occasionally it comes into the conscious part?
Your experience, your total experience motivates your behavior. 7/8 of your experience has been relegated to your subconscious, and that's where we hold our trauma, that's where we hold our hurt, and that is what's motivating. Why do I hurt the people I love, regret it, and then do it again? That motivation is coming from a place that I'm not conscious of. My body is. So I do this behavior, and I can't explain it rationally, and it's got to be coming from me. And that's what we're going to talk about. Whatever the result is in your life came from your belief system, attitudes, habits, and expectations. Somehow, some way. And most of that is hidden from you. And you don't even realize you're doing it. We'll get into that more. And I like that what you're hearing is difficult to hear, because if I'm saying something that you understand right now, it's part of the problem. So if you're confused, yeah, I'm done what I've come here to do. Go ahead.
There's a great video on YouTube by Alan Watkins, and it's called something about being brilliant. And he describes that our feelings are the physical sensations that we have. The stomach churning and the sweating and all of that. And that the emotion is the name that we give to the energy that's in motion within our body.
Yeah. Yeah, we can
And then we give a
debate this.
thought about it. We make a thought about
Yes,
it.
yeah. So we're going to try to figure out what the heck's going on. I want you to know that you have an emotional body, an intuitive sense. It is confirmed through your physical body. It happened to you when you heard me say everything you think, say, and do. I felt it was in your body. You had to put a word to it. Whether it's an emotion or a feeling, hey, it's there for you. Utilize it as information for what do you want next.
If I read the daily reader and read the positive daily input, will that help what you're trying to say to us?
Yes. Help me.
On that previous slide where it said, I think 7/8 of us is subconscious.
Experience. The experience we've had as people throughout, from zygote conception to this moment, we're designed as human beings that 7/8 of that is relegated to our subconscious.
And then with processing our grief and doing the consciousness work that we do, that comes to our consciousness?
Yes.
Okay.
So the trauma in our subconscious, if we talk about it, recognize it, touch it, nurture it, it shifts, and then when it goes back into our subconscious, it doesn't have that edge to it. So we find, I call it, I found myself being blindsided by healthy behavior. Where'd it come from? From the time I spent in the rooms, reading the daily reader, doing my 12 steps, talking to people about.
Yeah.
So that's the healing process.
And did you also say from zygote to present moment?
Yeah.
So as I'm healing, it's almost like even a cellular healing that's more whole, I guess. Yeah. She said yes, so I'll go with that.
Did I say yes? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that would never come to a mic, but here I am.
Thank you.
Do you see any consistent relationship between degree of neglect and the resultant difficulties a person has? Because I look at my upbringing, my parents, anybody looking at them, they were really not that bad. But the residual effect is...
Here's how I put it. My pain is my pain, and I don't compare it to anything. And based on the results of my life, that pain got me here. Okay. And it can be severe. I've worked with people who are doing life, to people who are doing 90 days, or to everybody in this room. So yeah, it's on a continuum. Your pain is your pain. It hurt you, and you touch that, it shifts you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. How do we know when we're done with our trauma work? Because I can't see an end to it, and it scares me, and I've been working on it for so long.
I just want to say to you, you hold value as a human being, and you're magnificent. And I wish I could tell you that the pain didn't hurt, or that it will go away in a certain amount of time. I know that if you create the intent to heal, it will come to you. And that journey from there to here, My experience of it is up and down. Holy shit, how come? Damn, this is beautiful. And I want you to know that I will support you in that journey.
Thank you.
We're looking for. I don't know what you guys are looking for. I was looking for a fix. I haven't found it yet. I find the fix. I'll write it on the board. I'll email y'all, and we'll have it. I mean, because if it's there, I want it. What is there is, I would offer everybody to take a nice deep breath, feel what you're feeling now in this moment, based on the conversation and the information that I'm offering, the information you're getting from each other as you come up to the mic. You want more of that? So do I. And it could be fear, could be confusion, could be, at first for me it was feeling of inadequacy being up here. You all witnessed that. I'm cool with that because I know that I hold value and that what I do isn't my value. Me continuing to be up here is my vision.
John and everybody else, I'm in grief counseling, and something that the grief counselor said this week was a real epiphany for me. Grief begets grief. So in other words, it's as simple as, if you're going to watch TV tonight, do not watch things that are going to do nothing but trigger that grief over and over again. And as you were talking about the pain, it seems to me that that's what we do. We keep triggering the pain because we hang out in the wrong situations, in the wrong experiences. We don't walk away. Toxic people. We're just constantly being triggered.
Okay.
And part of that healing is you just can't get up in the morning, for me anyhow, and do the daily reader and then go off and start hanging out with a bunch of people that drive me crazy.
Okay. The pain I'm talking about is not the pain you created avoiding the pain I'm talking about. That pain, forget it. Leave it alone. It has no effect, no power anyway. The pain I'm talking about is the pain that you can deal with help or by yourself. It's the family of origin pain. It's the pain that's stuck in you, motivating you to do something you don't want to do again, and it's doable. The 12-step says God will only give you what you can handle. I believe that because I didn't get access to some of my pain until I had 18 years.
Hi. I have this feeling I'm not supposed to do what I'm going to do. I don't know how to.
Just pull the mic up. There you go.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I have the feeling I'm not supposed to do what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. I disagree with something that you said.
Okay.
And that is that if you don't have any questions, you don't get it. Because I think there are people that have done a lot of work and may have done some of this work.
Yeah.
And so they may not have too many questions.
Okay.
Okay, that being said, I'm not saying I know it all. I know that I'm still acting out in ways that I don't want to.
Right.
Even though I know I don't want to.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you. And that was powerful, brave. And I want, number one, I'm not going to defend myself. I know you heard what you heard. And thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
So last evening when with the playing card thing, one of the questions was what's a goal for this weekend?
Yeah.
And one of my beliefs coming in was that my critical parent is my enemy. And last night I had an awakening, and I invited my critical parent, my critical parent's no longer my enemy, but my friend. It's just a friend I struggle with. Mm-hmm. And I've invited my critical parent to be with me this weekend to see how incredible ACA is, and that ACA can help my friend called my critical parent. And that's a belief I don't believe my critical parent's my enemy anymore.
Right. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
My question is about pain. And one of the things that I struggle with is, as a mom, I feel a lot of pain around when I see my children suffer. And I have had very wise teachers tell me that pain is all in you. And it's not, how do I put it? Like they've just said it's in you, and all you can do is go to where it is in you and heal it in you.
Right.
And I guess I understand that on one level, but I also struggle with the fact that it's like the word codependence for a mother is like, yes, I'm a mother, I'm codependent, I care about my children. But there's balance and there's a boundary, and I struggle with how much pain that I'm feeling for them. Do I own it all? Is it all coming from my own crap? Or is there...
Would you like to try something for some relief benefit?
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
I'm going to do mine first, and then you see if you want to do it. Okay. In the issue with my children, I developed this, I call it accountability tree. And when I say accountability, the normal thing in our culture, accountability means there's somebody to blame. There's a guy with a gavel and a little thing, he hits it and boom, you're gone. Or it's about blame or punishment or punishable or liable. Accountability, according to how I'm offering it, is simply the ability to account for my behaviors that come from inside me. No blame, no judgment. No blame, no judgment. So mine is around my children. Hi, my name's John. I'm a mean father. This truth, truth, I want to offer embarrassing, I don't want to say it, all kinds of things, truth, I'm a mean father. An emotion happens. It goes out to gather information for me around my focus. I'm a mean father. Before, my focus was I did the best I could. That you don't know, those kids this, I had to work. When I stopped all that, became accountable, I'm John and I'm a mean father, it gave me direction. And guess what? A loving, caring, nurturing father says when it's true, I'm a mean father. So in that moment of truth, I became what I was looking for, which is a loving, caring, nurturing father. Then I could give it to them. Kind of like a quick 4-step, 8th, 9th step. So where you at?
I guess I'm trying to figure out what that statement would be for me.
Yes.
Because where I tend to go in my head is what's happening to them just isn't fair. Like I think I tend to go into the blame frame about
right
things happening in their lives.
So if you could make a statement of truth.
But if I make it about me and pull it back to what am I fearing about my parenting, it would be I didn't.
Okay, so I want to offer it right now. You're stuck in your head.
Yeah, that's.
You feel that? Okay.
Sure.
So the statement would be, it'd be your statement. Mine was mean because I was mean, insensitive, rigid, mean. I was mean. I don't know what your word would be.
For me?
Yeah, as a parent. Could be just simply bad. I was a bad dad. I don't know. But that something happens when you tell the truth internally that offers you direction someplace else. You don't find that truth here. We get stuck up, oh my God, I got to do this, and look at them, and oh my God, that's bulimia, anorexia, drug addiction. I mean, these are all true things about my children.
Like on an emotional level, I'd say I'm fearful around my children That's,
So what kind of mom were you? I'm gonna.
yeah, and maybe I'm going in my head.
Can I say it to you and see what happens? It'd be my projection, and you get to own it whether it's true or not, and then see what happens, and see if you're open to that. You open to that? Take a deep breath. You're a bad mom.
I guess that does land somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so just be with that for a minute. Based on the feeling, because I know you felt something, I saw it. What do you want? See, that's the next part of this. I intend. Based on that truth, what do you want? And now you have direction. You have a starting point. You have a place of demarcation, or you can go, I see this, I want that. What is it for you? What kind of mom do you want to be? There's a cheat sheet.
Pick a word. Okay.
Can you take
trusting,
this
I
and pass
guess, would be the word.
Say again?
Trusting.
Trusting?
Trusting.
Okay, say, it is my intent to be a trusting mother.
It is my intent to be a trusting mother.
Can you add another word to that off of that page? If you would, please. Just because the feeling, I don't know what you guys, just listen with your bodies when she talks. What's another word that you would use?
Oh, this one would be tough, but so my intent is to be a
and pass that from table to table if you would.
Trusting and honest.
Okay, so it is my intent to be a trusting, honest mother. Go ahead.
My intent is to be a trusting and honest mother.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Done.
What was your name?
Sonia.
Sonia. What's the feeling in your body?
Right now?
Yeah. It is my intent to be a trusting, honest mother.
Like a bit of confusion, I guess.
Okay, so be with that. That's the adjustment, and then you find yourself moving towards resolution. Instead of staying in the yeah.
I'm gonna cry probably, but I haven't spoken to my son in 2 years, and I just sent him a email, and I said, James, I said, I'm overbearing. I'm an overbearing mother. And I never thought I'd ever say those words. And now being here today, but it's my truth. I was a bad mom.
Okay.
And I never believed it until recently.
Say your name, please.
Sue.
Sue. Take a deep breath. Just hold that truth.
Yeah.
Overbearing, bad mom. Just hold that truth.
Oh,
No
yeah.
blame, no judgment. You're in a room full of people who know what that, we know that.
I know.
So your truth. I'm an overbearing and bad mom.
Yes.
So based on that truth, what do you want? You have a piece of paper?
Yeah.
What kind of mother would you like to be?
Well, I'd like to be gentle, compassionate, worthy.
Okay, create that intent. Is my intent to be a gentle, compassionate, worthy mother? Go ahead, if you would say that, please.
Create that intent.
Yeah, say it out loud if you're open to it. You don't have to.
I'd like to create that intent to be a gentle, compassionate, worthy mother.
Okay, can I offer you something?
Sure.
Sounds like it is my intent
Mhm.
to be a gentle,
Compassionate, worthy mother.
The whole sentence all coming out of you.
It is my intent to be a gentle, compassionate, worthy mother.
Okay, so just take a deep breath. And the feeling in your body.
The truth, finally.
Yeah. See, it's a starting point to your vision, what you just created. Now it's open to you. Before, what was open to you, just trying to figure out how to not do that? No,
Oh, yeah.
It's over. Yes.
Wasted a lot of time.
Hi.
Hi.
So my thought is that I'm a bad sister. My sister has special needs, and I feel like I'm not available to her.
Okay.
So the thought is, I'm Sarah, I'm a bad sister. I'd like to be, my intent is to be available to her, but then that brings up feelings of resistance. So it's like, I feel resistant to that. I don't know if I actually do want to be available to her.
What's your name again?
Sarah.
Sarah. So Sarah, whatever that truth was, you don't really, either that's what you want, is to not have to deal with that. There's another word that that you're holding on yourself about her.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be selfish? Could it be
that I'm selfish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about.
There's feelings of that, sure.
What's your truth? Selfish, uncaring, hurtful, mean?
Yeah, all of the above.
Okay, so I am a hurtful, uncaring, mean sister.
Yeah.
So go ahead and say that.
I'm Sarah. I'm a hurtful, uncaring sister.
So how'd that feel?
I don't know. It didn't feel great.
Well, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. So based on that truth, no blame, no judgment.
Right.
What would you like around your sister?
I would like, I don't know, I would like, it's hard. I would like to be caring. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's confusing. That's why. That's why I'm asking the question.
Okay, I'm going to offer you a word. It is my intent to feel free.
It is my intent to feel free. That's spot on. Thank you.
Okay. Now, with that intent, her sister may be part of the picture. I don't know. Her choice. Everybody get this? It comes from your emotional body, you telling the truth. We know how to do this. It was taken away from us. We want to do... not enough time. Not enough time. Go ahead. Go ahead. We're going to do the questions because this is the way it's going. And I'm going to talk to you about the love equals exercise. As soon as these three are done, we're good.
Hi, everybody. I am having trouble discerning the difference between owning my two nephews who have live in a shitstorm of divorced parents. One, a rageaholic, narcissist sex offender, and the other one has lots of issues as well. And to save myself and my recovery, I've chosen to see them very little. They're 13 and 11. I feel I'm abandoning them. They live very near me.
Can we talk after?
Yep.
Okay.
That happened suddenly. I was expecting
expecting some
think
time.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
I truly believe I'm intrinsically a bad person.
Just be with that for a moment. That's your accountability right there. Just be with that, and thank you for being honest. Just be with that for a minute. There's enough for you to do, nothing for you to change. Holy cow. So what intent would you like to create?
I guess I would like to see myself as a loving, lovable person.
Yeah. So the statement is my intent. I want to move one step further to the statement, I am lovable.
Oh,
gosh. Oh.
Whew. It's so public.
Yeah.
I am lovable.
Yes, you are. Just the way you are. Nothing for you to do, nothing for you to change. Yeah. You're welcome.
So I've been sober for 30 years, but I just found ACA a year ago. And I'm getting in touch with my inner teenager. And a lot of trauma happened then. And it's all like you said, you just, you have to produce to be valuable. And, I'm not really. Anyway, my parents are in their 90s, so they're still alive. And I'm feeling like I can't connect with them because they don't want to hear my feelings, and I'm full of feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very conflicted, and last night I was crying because I miss my mother. It was my inner child. I want my mama. Then I thought about the loving parent, and I was able to say, I'm going to be that parent for you. But I don't know what to do with my living parents. And I'm feeling the alienation and isolation that I felt as a teenager. I don't know. I'm looking for this in this workshop to find my next steps.
Take a deep breath. Just breathe. Usually what we want from our parents we cannot have. Some people get it, I don't know. You can give that to yourself, and you have a whole room full of people who are going to lavish you with energy of acceptance in this moment. And thank you so much for being brave like that. So there's power in this process of accountability. Your reticular activating system, and I don't know if is a net-like group of cells that filter out non-essential information based on what your focus is. Your focus is your belief system, your attitudes, habits, and your expectations based on your experience coming up in a dysfunctional family. So everything that you have in your life in this moment, the result is in alignment with the information that was given to you. It is not wrong wrong. It hurts. It is not bad. You are not bad. You are not defective. You are actually working miraculously and honestly, and simply owning the information, owning the result, offers you recourse, adjustment to something different. Once you get to wherever that is you're asking for, do this again. Wish I had more time. He just told me I had 5 minutes. I know. I have developed a love equals exercise where you get down to the core belief that you have inside me. Mine was love equals for me rejection. I was the second child, boy, girl. Happened not to be a girl. So my mother wanted a girl child, said, I love you and you're wrong, there's something wrong with you. So I internalized that. I would walk into a room full of 100 women. The one that thought I had the most potential, wanted to change me the most, is the one I fell in love with. I discovered that in a meditation moment. And what happened is I was angry at my then wife. And I thought I should forgive her. So I went into my meditation space saying, I'm here to forgive her. Everybody in my invisible means of support started laughing at me because she did exactly to me what I asked her to do, which was reject me. I got that. I had a voice told me, said, John, you have love mixed up with rejection. My whole life made sense. Everything in my life made sense. So what happened then was a voice said, what do you want it to be? Just like I'm asking you, what do you want it to be? Now that you find out where you're at, the truth of what you're holding on yourself, and this is transitional truth. It's not absolute truth. I am not a bad father. My behavior is coming from information that was given to me about me, produced mean. That is not who I am. That is what I've done based on the best information I had. So what we're doing is simply owning the results, no blame, no judgment. Feeling that, holy cow, I want, and then move to what you want. say what you want. And I want to offer, I got about 60 seconds. Make it big. Make it huge. I want peace. I want serenity. I want a feeling of confidence. I want courage in the conviction I have, and I don't care what the conviction is. I want the courage to hold that conviction. I want to be safe. Make it big. Because your body doesn't know the difference between little and big. Worthless piece of shit, I was the best. That was big. Not true. You put in there what you want. And I know this is not enough time. And that's the time we got. And I thank you guys for hearing me.
Thank you.